Okay, so it's Mueller time, folks. The report is out, and everybody's wondering, is it boom or bust? Well, and I know I'm going to get asked about it, so I got to tell you, I think it's mostly bust. I don't think there's a lot there. The way that I look at it, and I'm only saying this, I'm only putting out a podcast on it, really, is because I know I'm going to get asked 100 times about the Mueller Report. And I just got to tell you, here's what I think the deal is. Is there anything there illegal in the terms of what it was originally for, to investigate conspiracy or collusion with Trump and his campaign in the 2016 election? No. Was there anything illegal that can be prosecuted that would result in Trump and any of his family members or close cronies being arrested and prosecuted for obstruction? The answer, yeah, probably not. So what is there? Well, it's going to be a 500-page report that tells everybody what they already know. Donald Trump is unethical. He's a liar. He's a rotten SOB in a lot of people's minds, but that's just, that's nothing new. That's just the way the guy is. So the worst case scenario is that the Democrats and Rachel Maddow and her ilk, pursued this every night on television, while Donald Trump was able to stand there on Mount Trump and tell everybody that there was no collusion. Well, he's vindicated, at least by Robert Mueller and his report is concerned. So in that context, a grave injustice has occurred when it comes to getting rid of this guy. And Rachel Maddow and the people that are close to her and those CIA guys that are on her show and those Justice Department ex-officials and all that stuff, bad on you, folks, because this is going to go a long way toward getting Donald Trump reelected in 2020. Now, that said, the other side of the coin is there is a lot in here that's going to further the case of not electing Donald Trump, because there's all kinds of lying, cheating, stealing, unethical behavior. But things that are unethical, illegal, no. Unethical, yes. The question is, does the American public care about that anymore? They elected the guy, and he's always been this way, and he still has his support, his core, his backers. Nobody seems to be dissuaded or changed because of this kind of behavior. And if you really want to get negative about it, if you really want to get depressed, I think America is suffering from its worst case of LCS in its nation's history. What's LCS? Lying, cheating, and stealing. We keep looking at ourselves, we keep looking into the mirror and expecting somebody to do something about politicians, and Donald Trump is the best example of it in history. We want somebody to do something about these guys that suffer from LCS. Well, the fact of the matter is, America, American public, the majority of us cheat on our spouses. A huge number of us cheat on our taxes. A huge number of us cheat on our employers, calling in sick and making excuses. And oh my God, did I see that stuff, in my career. I mean, all of these, what we think are little white lies. These things that everybody's so concerned about. Why did Donald Trump and his family lie about their connections to Russia? It's not illegal. You can lie if you want to. That's the way they look at it. And as a matter of fact, if the media comes to them, if the Washington Post, New York Times, or Podcast by George sticks a microphone in their face, guess what they're going to do? Are they going to tell you the truth? Nah. They're going to lie. Why? Everybody wants to know. Just because they can. Just to stick it to you. And they're not going to suffer any ill consequences because of it. Why? Hell, the whole country's doing it. Honest to God. I mean, that's a negative. That's a bad way of looking at it, I know. But that's kind of the way that I feel right now. Like a lot of people, I'm kind of ticked off and depressed about the whole deal. But the Mueller report is out, and everybody kept saying Mueller time like Miller time. Well, it's mostly flat. And if you've ever had a Miller time that was flat, you know what I mean. Anyway, That's all there is just a rant. I couldn't have the podcast be subtitled News, Blues, and Interviews and not have some summary overview of the Mueller report. Let's see how it plays out, but I think that's what you're going to find. Nothing illegal, nothing indictable, nothing impeachable, at least that they're going to pursue unless they really get after it and impeach him in the House of Representatives just for appearance, like they did with Bill Clinton. The Senate isn't about to do anything with that impeachment. The real question is whether or not there's enough stinky do stuff in there that people will look at it and say, my God, I don't want to reelect this dude. But the people that vote for him, I don't think that's going to affect them at all. I think they're just going to tap dance on the graves of the people that wanted to pursue this thing for over the past 2 and 3 years. And there were plenty of other things to get Donald Trump on, and maybe they'll pursue those in the future. Why they ran around chasing Boris and Natasha, Russiagate, and Russians under every bed cover, I don't know, but that's what we did, and that's what we got. So there you go. That's all there is, and there ain't no more for now. That's another podcast by George.